Hello everyone. Welcome back. So, today there is a story of four brothers having four sisters, mother and father. Now, there were more brother and sisters, but they died because of some issues, because of some malnutrition, such kind of issues which were seen 60 years back from now. I'll say around 70, 75 years back from now. Yeah. That point of time there was malnutrition because people were only getting, mostly they were getting uh, the staple food, which was only including the carbohydrate source, but the protein source was not much high at that point of time. Today we are seeing dals. That point of time people were not aware, although it was grown, but not aware. So malnutrition was a high concept. It was like higher in frequency. As a result of this, story is not applying to the view from which I am seeing, but it was the story of most of the villages. Because over there we were finding that farmers are growing only a particular type of crop. If they are if they're growing wheat, they were on the track of the wheat only. If they were growing uh, sunflower, they were only on the track of the sunflower because it's easy to copy. If that person is doing sunflower farming, I'll also do it because it's easy to understand what to supply in the form of nutrition, which fertilizer, which type of manure. It was easy at that point of time to look and understand. But after observation, people started to realize this also. We need to go in the depth of understanding any new thing. If we are trying to grow, okay, this is a little bit off track from the story. If we are trying to understand that we are growing a particular type of crop, so how it's gonna have some effect on our body. This was this is what people started to understand with time. Now, coming back to that story where there was a family where there was a father who was going through an illness, family where there was a mother who was continuously walking and selling the things, family where that mother was growing up his big her big family, including six, I mean I'll say 6 to 12 range of children's. And that point of time this joke was also very popular. Okay, one mother is gonna build an Indian cricket team. That's how it used to be, but now it's no more because that we were facing a population explosion at that point of time, but now it's no more. I mean, not more in a one family. Okay, so this has some incident like that has happened, and it has led to a problem where people have found literally it's hard for feeding. It was literally a problem at that point of time that if there are 15 people in a family, everyone is doing farming. And that's true. Today we have machines in the other part of the world, but not everyone is including machine in India. So people were doing work from their hands. Literally, if they want to dig out, they were doing with the hands. I'll say this is around 100, 150 years back, not even 60 years back. We were like knowing how to use the plowing machine, that one. The other instrument have come into action, and that's what we have studied even in our books. We have come to know this through books that what all different types of instrument a farmer use while he is dealing with the farming things. Now this was giving a little bit relief to the hands that they were knowing that such a big family is there, so everyone has to work. That's what they started to understand, that no one can sit, no child can sit. Once the child or the girl, even the girl is learning how to cut the plants when harvesting is needed to be done, then everyone started to learn that technique, and still we are growing in that world only, so we know how the farming proceed ahead. From there, out of those four brothers, one of the younger brother, he used to get beaten because all the workload elder people always push. Most of the time they try to push it on the younger one. No, you do it, you do it, it's your work, you do it, you do it. Everyone is like that. That time he was like, how many times I have to do the work? Why not you do the work? But this has given one way to the younger brother as well. Okay, if I have to do the work, I'll keep on doing. He was holded with the bullock cart. Go, look out, sell this thing. Today we have the oil. Go, check if anyone need it. This started. Next step, the younger brother started to visit to different distances. He started to cover 20 kilometer, 30 kilometer by using bullock cart only. Now, bullock cart, then how did he come to know how to run a bullock cart? That's also come from observation. He started to run a bullock cart. Slowly, slowly, he understand that it's not only the wheels on which I have to run, it's also I have to indulge to understand this also, that bullock cart has an animal in front. They will not move even one step ahead if they are not getting food. Why? Because they are also having cells inside them. Cells produce energy only then an animal move. Any form of animal, including human. When they understood, when they are hesitating, no, we are not gonna move ahead. The bullock cart animal is not moving ahead. Then the person understood. No, it's not gonna move ahead. It need food, so I have to keep their food also at the back of the cart. Then only they are gonna move. So I have to prepare food for them early in the morning, feed them, and then only I can leave. We have seen in the movies also that they used to be used for even the farming purpose, where they uh, water is sprinkling behind and they are moving ahead in that direction. This is what used to happen, and still I'll not say it's happening everywhere. Some of the places it is restricted, and because even the animal get exhausted, we are not able to feed them this much that they are keep on going on. Now they are relaxing, those animals are relaxing, because it literally happens to the animals that they also bleed out at some point of time if their skin is, if we are giving them food but that food is satisfying their stomach need, but somewhat is creating a pressure on their shoulder, on the shoulder of that animal, then how it's gonna move ahead? It creates some pressure on the skin of that particular animal. Coming back to the story, the younger boy started to learn how I'm gonna reach to the different point, how I'm gonna sell things. Now coming back to the home, bringing some of the sweet material back to the home, that this is what I found in the market, so I thought why not to bring it for everyone. He brought that with to all the big family of 15-20 people. Later on it keeps on adding. So now the family was like, only I got this much of the piece, it was not enough. So the younger brother again said to the third step brother to him, that brother, I got this much only because there was only me who was going there selling the things. It was not sufficient for those people. Again the story move ahead. The third level brother said, Why so? Because he said I was doing the work alone. There was no one assisting me, helping me with that work. Third brother said, okay, fine. I'll go with you. I'll help you out with that. Both of them started to work together. They were assisting each other in the work. Story moves ahead. They were doing work using hands, using legs, sweating badly. There was a point of time when they started to feel thirsty, started to feel that hunger is going high, appetite is going high. They started to carry food along with them when they were doing the bullock cart ride. Other people saw, other people of the village saw that what both of them are doing. Their two young elder brother, they also started to find, oh, whenever you go to market, you bring something from there. But what is that? Why you are able to bring that? We'll also do it. We'll also bring the things. Okay, go ahead, bring those. They started to visit. Now all the four brothers started to do some or other kind of work. Now comes a point of time where ladies were also there in the home. They said they are bringing some things from the farms, from the market. What we are doing, let's start to do work with the soil. They started to build different things from the soil. You might have heard about these things like chakki. Right now, which we say chakki ka aata hai. Those are the one which are running on electricity. Previously, ladies used to build those using mud. They are having an artisan work. That's what they do. Even now, they build up if we have no backup of electricity. So that is the more convenient way, because if electricity cuts off, you are gonna back off with the mud part only, you're back up with your hand part only. That's the energy which you have, that's the energy which you are left with. But 100 150 years back, story in the family was not proceeding ahead. Why? None of them moved to the city part where the things were running on electricity, things were running on electric things. Things were like mixer is there, other things were there. All of them were doing things with the soil only. Now comes a scenario. Now the younger brother was like, I'm tired. I need more food. I'm the youngest person in the family. I'm tired of doing all other types of work. I need more food. He started to study. One of the persons saw him that he's working very hard. He was a doctor. He saw that he's doing very hard work. He's sweating badly. Let me help him with his study. He started to assist him and told him that no, you have to go for school. You must study. He said, I want to study. But right now my condition is not that good that I can afford it to go 30 kilometers away and afford for the study. He said, I'll help you out. You continue your study. Don't stop your study. Continue your school. Continue your schooling. He said, it's gonna be tough. My family is dependent on me. He said, they all will do work. The doctor said, they all will do work. You go on and to complete your study. He said, okay, I'll pay for you for your fees. The doctors paid for the fees. The story moves ahead. The younger brother started to study. He completed his BA, taking the subject English literature. At that point of time, it used to be said English literature. So he did his BA using English literature. Obviously, when you move ahead, a bit ahead in your life, problems again come up. Now, other people were ready. The sisters were ready to get married. Again, one step ahead. where to manage for money, because in many places marriage does not happen without dowry. Now what? Going on with the study part, it's not gonna help, it's not gonna assist, because it involves investment but does not give you money at that point of time. Let the study. It was during the second year, I think 1.5 year of masters, he left his study also. Now there was a need for education, was like stuck, as he could not find anything was working out there in that small city at that point of time. Things move ahead. Now he said, I'm gonna go out in a big city, I'll look for a job. He moved out. He found that where there is everyone, most it happened to most of the people. They found that most of the people were running for something. They were running for what? They said there is a job application out there. Do you want to apply for that job? Everyone said, yeah, we are in a need of that. We want to apply for it. Most of them, they started to run. That point of time, what they were getting to eat? They were getting buffalo milk or cow milk. Sometimes they were getting the chapati applied with the butter, applied with salt and sprinkle salt on that. That was the energy people were having at 60 years back. I'll say 70, 80 years back. They were getting these things only. Pure milk, um, pure ghee, pure oil. Even today we have this purity maintained in some part. But this was the main food. Like staple food was more instead of light food. Now coming back, they started to run. Energy was getting exhausted. People who were on the other side, they said, why you're exhausting? You have everything in your body, then why you're exhausting? Now comes a different part of the story. They said, we are thirsty. Why you're making us to run? We are thirsty. We need water. They said, you'll get water, but you have to train yourself very hard. They said, we need food also, and you're training us like something like as if we are animals. So the other person said, you'll get everything. You'll get food, you'll get water, but you have to train yourself. We'll give you. We'll build your energy as well. Things started to happen. Now from the staple food, they went to a more higher level of nutritious food. In the nutritious food, they started to learn how different form of the food, different form of spices are there. Now this is what people started to discover also. Ayurveda was proceeding ahead, and with that people started to learn how Ayurveda is helping people to understand how things which you are providing to yourself is helping to build your immunity. That is what spices do to our health system. It builds immunity, especially spices. Veggies, staple food, they are building your cells, because carbohydrates, proteins, fats, they are mostly required by the cells. But spices have some flavonoids, these type of things. Now these are some those terms which you will say, okay, these are like very scientific terms. Yeah, they are. They are the things today we know in carbs, sugars, all those things we know today. Immunity started to build up all over the world. World War war going on. Now it was that younger brother who was having a brainstorming in the brain. When he moved to the cities, he came to Bombay, he came to what not different part of the city, he came to Chandigarh, he came to Patiala, other part of the country, of our country. He started to visit different parts, traveling through trains. Lovely story going on. Finding very difficult to even find water at the right moment, right time. Water was the necessity, it was like required, every drop was required. Happened with everyone. Everyone at that point of time. We need water, we need water, we need water. Now people started at that point of time. Water is there in the river. How will go there? No, don't need to go there. Already the pipeline has built, it will come to your place. The water will come to your place. Just sit at one place, it will come to your place. This is what we have learned in our books also. We have seen that images where the water is coming from the river to our home today. Things went on, it moved on, progression was happening at a rapid rate. Now, what is the next stage of the life? Family again started to build up. Then again came a point where the body started to decline in the energy. But he, the younger brother, said to every family member, no, keep on eating. We need energy to do work. We have to keep on working till the last minute of hour on this earth. Keep on building your energy. This is what he learned outside. No, the world has not stopped outside. Probably you have done with your farming in the field, but the world outside has not stopped till now. Keep on doing work. Eat. Eat the thing which you need to eat. Eat the thing which your digestive system can digest. Don't do extreme experiment because they're gonna leave some impact on your body. So don't do extreme experiment. If you learn it, tell it to your children not to do those extreme steps. Somehow it's gonna impact you. Next stage of the story. Kept on learning how milk should be drink at what time of the day. It should be consumed early in the morning or at night. Things were getting cleared. Story is still going on. It will be continued. Thank you.